From the nation's capital here in Washington, D.C., this is Big East Women's Basketball on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi. Today, the DePaul Blue Demons, a rare under 500 record in Big East play, take on the Georgetown Hoyas. And welcome everybody courtside down here at McDonough Arena alongside Monica Moore. I'm Ben Gordon Goldstein. Kelsey Nicole Nelson will be along in just a few moments. Well, Monica, we look at both of these teams. Tough losses for each of them last weekend. Georgetown fell to Creighton by 27 points and a 33-point loss for DePaul against Marquette.
When I think the tough thing for both of these two teams is neither felt that they played their best basketball. They didn't shoot the ball particularly well, and that's going to be a huge key tonight in this contest.
And we look at the standings here for each of these teams. And first of all, Georgetown 2-2 in conference play. DePaul, though, under 500, 1-2 in Big East play.
They have a couple players, though, that they do not feel like have reached their potential yet. They think when that changes, these standings are going to change as well. And
you look at the top of the standings, Butler, Marquette, both 4-0 in Big East play to start the year. As we look at our key players, and first for DePaul, Marte Grays coming off a couple of great games last week.
She is certainly peaking at the right time in conference play. Against Providence, 19 points, 14 rebounds, and against Marquette, 23 points and 10 rebounds for Grays.
And on the other side for Georgetown, Dorothy Adamako back for a graduate season after she missed all of last year with the knee injury.
Had a great game against Creighton with 8 points and 9 rebounds. And when I watched her play against Butler, it was all the intangibles she did out on the floor, the little things that really contributed to when her team was being successful.
Starting lineups, the opening tip, and we'll also hear from Kelsey Nicole Nelson in just a few moments.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/.
Welcome back to the nation's capital, where the Georgetown Hoyas are taking on the DePaul Blue Demons in this Big East Conference showdown of a game. Now, the Georgetown Hoyas are hoping on this very court that it's not deja vu to last season, where last time the Hoyas played this team on this very court, Georgetown was on the losing side, losing 78-62. Now, right now, Georgetown trails the series all-time, losing 3-19. But we're hoping that this is a really great game. Now we'll be giving it over to Ben Gordon Goldstein and Monica Moore for tonight's starting lineups.
Monica, let's first look at DePaul, and pretty much their normal starting lineup. Ton of experience here. You have the 3 seniors, 2 juniors in the starting lineup.
And another name that pops off that list is Ashton Millender. She's another player who is very deadly from behind the arc. She's going to have a big game from them tonight from a shooting perspective.
And then on the Georgetown side, a couple of changes here for the Hoyas. You look first at Nikola Kovachikova has moved into the starting lineup here for the Hoyas.
And when talking with Georgetown head coach James Howard, it sounds like defense is what is getting her into that starting lineup. She's providing a real spark for them. They were extremely pleased with the way she played against Providence. And I think because of that defensive intensity, she has earned the start tonight, and very happy to see Morgan Smith back in the starting lineup as well. She was a starter at the beginning of the season. She had that injury. She's a vocal leader on the floor. She's also a player that provides a lot of intangibles. So he's going to switch things up tonight and see what he can get out of this lineup.
Yeah, Morgan Smith, this is her 3rd game back from the injury. She returned on January the 4th against Providence and then played 22 minutes in the last game against Creighton. Not a ton of scoring for her in those 2 games. Only scored 4 points in the last game against Creighton. But as you said, great athleticism, brings a lot to the floor for Georgetown.
She does, again, from a defensive perspective and a rebounding perspective. And those are very important things to James Howard.
And Morgan Smith will jump it up against DePaul, and DePaul will win the opening tip, and we are underway here from the nation's capital. DePaul comes into this game 1-2 in conference play, Georgetown 2-2, and immediately Georgetown, the early stop, and Adamako, one of our key players in the open, rips down a rebound.
And it was Kovachikova that was very smart on defense. She altered that shot. She had her hands straight up, did not foul, Again, we're going to be watching her defensive game all day long.
Adamako on the near baseline. Over to Venson. It's Venson, Deanna White, Adamako, the three leading scorers. All of them average double-digit points, and that one from just inside the three-point arc, no good, and DePaul will clear it away.
That was a great box out by Kelly Campbell to get the rebound for DePaul.
Paul underneath loses it, knocked away there by Georgetown. It'll be DePaul ball underneath with 19 on the shot clock.
Those quick hands of Deanna White. She is the most opportunistic player out on the floor. She pretty much has been for her entire 4 years in this league.
DePaul, the leading scoring team in the Big East. They and Marquette score more than anybody, but DePaul coming off that tough loss against Marquette, and a couple of stops here for Georgetown early on, and a minute passed in this game, and nobody has scored yet.
And that's the storyline. That was great defense by Morgan Smith on that possession. Again, just very smart, keeping her arms straight up and disrupting that shot.
Quick shot cleared away by DePaul, so they'll get it back here, and an offensive foul. Marte Grays, the top of the key, called for the offensive foul, and Georgetown will get it back. And the start for Georgetown that they probably wanted. Georgetown scores fewer points than anybody in the Big East. They want to play at a slow tempo unless they get those transition opportunities, and DePaul scores more than anybody in the Big East.
I did think that Georgetown rushed that last shot down the floor. They have to be very careful about that, not settling for jump shots. One thing that I was really impressed with when I saw them play Butler in the beginning of the game is they weren't settling as much from the outside, but really working to get on the inside. I think they're going to have to try to diversify on their offense here today.
Deanna White, leading scorer on Georgetown, over 15 points per game. Adamako's the second leading scorer. She works it down underneath, and a good shot off the backboard in the first points of the game.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about from Dorothy Adamako.
As DePaul quickly with the three-point shot, no good, but gets the offensive rebound.
Nice job by Millender to keep possession for DePaul, as both of these two teams struggling a bit on the offensive end.
Open baseline jumper, no good there for DePaul, and another defensive rebound. Other than that one offensive rebound by DePaul in that last possession, Georgetown's done a good job of cleaning up the glass, as Adamako has one rim out, and DePaul will look to push here. It's Kelly Campbell, a junior guard, runs the offense. Among the conference leaders in assist to turnover ratio, as that one swatted away. Paul will get it back. 14 on the shot clock, never hit the rim, so it doesn't reset. Now under 10, driving baseline here, DePaul. Good defense once again by Georgetown. Step back three-pointer, no good. And Venson get the defensive rebound, fouled there on the play by Dahlman.
This is some of the best defense I have seen Georgetown play this year in about the opening 3 minutes of this game. You think about Deanna White knocking the ball out of bounds. You think about Dorothy Adamako with that block. Of course, this is our lone basket right here in the contest. Dorothy Adamako just taking it strong to the bucket, and I would love to see more of that out of Dorothy Adamako today.
Here's Deanna White with the ball, and DePaul has started this game 0 of 6 from the floor. As Morgan Smith kicks it over to the baseline, and another jumper there, and Adamako has all 4 points in this game.
And that's what Morgan Smith does. She's such a good passer. She has great vision. She's very unselfish.
DePaul underneath, blocked there by the freshman Kovačíková. And DePaul will keep it with 22 on the shot clock, but great defense there once again by the freshman.
And we are seeing exactly what James Howard saw this week in practice out of Nikola Kovačíková. She's everywhere.
She nearly stole the inbounds pass, couldn't come up with it, and Grays will get the easy layup for the first points of the game for DePaul. So it takes DePaul about 3 minutes and 20 seconds to put up their first basket in this game, and it's a 4-2 score with 6.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
And I think DePaul just happy right now that Georgetown struggled a little bit on the offensive end as well, or things would be very different in this game so far.
Three-pointer there, rims out. Adamako will come up with it. Another defensive rebound here for Georgetown. And they'll get a travel there for Deanna White. White has not been overly aggressive in this game. We've seen her take one jumper so far. They're trying to get to the basket and not able to get anything going. Called for the travel and the turnover there on Georgetown.
Doug Bruno is going to send number 23, Dee Bekelja, into the contest. She averages about 7.5 points per game. no doubt looking for someone to provide an additional offensive spark on the floor. And then Anita Kaleva going to come into the contest for Georgetown. She provides a little more height in terms of the rebounding, but Ben, she has had trouble with fouls all year long. She's going to have to be very smart defensively.
And a nice little run there for Kovačikova, who goes to the bench in favor of Kaleva, getting her first start of the season and heads to the bench after about 4 minutes. And a three-pointer there, no good. Rebound bounces around. DePaul will come up with it. They'll have a fresh 30. Marte Grays, though, the open three-pointer. Kick off the top of the backboard and off the shot clock out of bounds.
So once again, DePaul not able to convert. Have just been ice cold from the floor.
1 of 11 from the floor for DePaul to start this game. 0 of 5 from three-point range.
And you have to wonder if the Marquette game is still in the heads of these players again. I think a little shell-shocked from that contest.
Benson three-pointer no good, but Kaleva able to come up with the offensive rebound. They'll push it back out for the fresh 30.
DePaul also missing some key players tonight. One of them is Lexi Held. We've been told she will not be playing tonight. She's someone who has been giving them a lot of good minutes.
Benson with the three-pointer there. First made three-pointer for either side in this game, and Georgetown has the early lead 7-2 with 5 minutes to go. Now a turnover there on DePaul.
That's the second offensive foul against the Blue Demons.
7-2 the score here. So we look at Dorothy Adamako, 4 points early on in this game. Georgetown with the 7-2 early lead.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/.
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do. Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do. Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do. Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap
what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do. Here we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do. Here we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do. Here we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do. Here we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do. Here we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do. Here we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap.
2 out of 3 from the free throw line for Allen as Deanna White going right to the basket, misses the layup, and the rebound there cleared away by Campbell, who will push it up ahead. Sonia Morris into this game, nearly had it stolen by White. Morris will get it back and go over to the junior Campbell to set up the offense here at the top of the key.
And you love that Deanna White not able to convert on the offensive end, but how quickly she reacts and responds on the defensive end.
Morris puts up the three-pointer, and that one is good, and DePaul has the 10-9 lead with under 2.5 to go here in the first quarter, and just like that, couple of three-pointers made for the Blue Demons.
And you have to remember, Morris started the season even as a freshman because of her competitiveness. That's what won her that starting spot. She's a great young talent.
Little jumper there made by Brianna Jones. The transfer from Louisville gives Georgetown the lead back, and we're on the seesaw. It's 11-10. Quick three-pointer here for DePaul off the back iron, and Georgetown Vinson with the defensive rebound. And so Georgetown has it with a 1-point lead and under 2 to go here in the first quarter. Vinson going quickly to the basket, no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Smith underneath. And a 13-10 Georgetown lead. And now some helter-skelter action as DePaul trying to push it. Deanna White steals it away. She'll pull up for the jumper, no good. Maybe a little too quick for Deanna White with 3 back for DePaul.
I agree. That was forced a little bit. You could see the angle, how that went up, that it was just a little too far to the right and wasn't going to go in. But you still have to give her credit for the fact that she always knows where the ball is. She is so opportunistic, looking to intercept passes.
And there's Deanna White with another steal. She'll push it one-on-one here and able to get that one to bounce down and in. So Deanna White, a couple of steals on the last 2 DePaul possessions, and Georgetown has a 5-point lead.
And Doug Bruno really upset at these last 2 offensive possessions for his team, basically giving the ball to Deanna White and allowing her to make them pay for it.
Campbell, deep three, no good. Bounces around. Allen with the rebound, gives it back outside to Morris. Drive inside, pull up from the paint, no good. And the rebound ripped down there by Jones. And Georgetown will have it with about a 9-second differential on the game and shot clock here. Adamako's step back jumper, good. And Adamako's got 6 points here in the first quarter, and Georgetown a 7-point lead.
Both coaches have two players at the scorer's table to check in. I'm not sure if they're going to have an opportunity to get back into this ball game before the quarter expires.
See if DePaul wants to hold for one here. As Bakelja gives it back outside to Campbell. 7 to go here in the first quarter. Now ball bounces off the hands, heaved up there. Deep three is good.
Unbelievable.
And time will expire at the end of the first quarter. What a shot there by Stonewall, and a big one for a DePaul team that had struggled to that point offensively here in the first quarter. 17-13, Georgetown leads it as we head to the second.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save. It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com.
Together on three, 1, 2, 3, together! And you are playing for each other, and that's how you win championships. And that is what's going to take us to the top. We have to rely on each other, and we just do this together.
This is who we are.
Conquer the challenge, but you're only going to do it together.
Let's get it on three, y'all. 1, 2, 3.
We know what to do. Now the fun part. We get to go do it.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Together.
That's the Big East way. The Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Family on three, 1, 2, 3. Family!
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust.
And welcome back to Georgetown. A 4-point Georgetown lead. Could have been more if not for this heave at the end of the first quarter by Shantae Stonewall.
And we talked about this. We don't know if she realized she had a little bit more time on the game clock. She was off balance. She was well beyond the three-point line, but regardless, Stonewall knocked that down, and that could be a critical play that we go back to late in this game if it's a close one.
And you could even see on that second look from it on the game clock, even after the ball went through the hoop, it's about a 1.5 left on the game clock. So she had plenty of time, but as you said, a possession that kind of ball bounced around, didn't really know where she was. And a big shot there for DePaul, who struggled offensively prior to that shot. They're only 3 of 17 in the first quarter, so they struggled offensively, but it's just a 4-point game, and Georgetown will have it to begin the things here in the second quarter. 17-13, Georgetown leads it, and Deanna White will control for the Hoyas.
And I think DePaul has to be really happy right now that they're not facing a bigger deficit.
Early three-pointer miss there. DePaul will try to push, and a foul is called there as Dahlman going to the basket is fouled on the play, so she'll get 2 from the line. Dahlman, another one of those really good stories on this DePaul team. She's a Vanderbilt transfer, as you see her here, going to the basket, a player who was pretty heralded coming out of high school, top 15 recruit out of the state of Minnesota, as she misses the first free throw, but ton of injuries throughout her career. Even last season when she transferred to DePaul, didn't play much, but this year she's been healthy, averaging 8 points a game, 3.3 rebounds per game, and misses 2 from the line, but has been a key contributor and mostly starting this year as well for DePaul.
Well, and gets such high praise from her head coach, Doug Bruno. He says she's just a special kind of human being, so delightful to coach. She has been battling those injuries, as you said, just had a great attitude about it, and just 28 points shy of the 1,000-point mark.
Shot here by Cassandra Gordon, who just checked into the game, no good. Tatiana Thompson with the rebound. She also just checked in. So you got Deanna White and then a pretty young lineup here with her, with Kaleva Jr., who hasn't played much in her career, turning it over there. And now DePaul trying to push, but dribbled off the hand there of Deanna White and out of bounds.
And again, just Deanna White's ability to get back on defense. We have seen that every single possession. Even though she wasn't able to win possession right there, she prevented an easy opportunity for DePaul.
So you have Thompson, Gordon, Kovačikova as that one tossed to the backcourt, and DePaul will get it there. And Kaleva also into the game with Deanna White. So ball there, lost by DePaul, picked up by Gordon. Look to push here, and she'll pull up for the jumper, knock it down, and she gets her first points of this game, and Georgetown leads it 19-13. Let's turn it over to Kelsey Nicole Nelson, who's been over on the sidelines.
Yes, so going back into Georgetown's huddle, I mean, Coach said continue to talk. He said and continue to rebound the ball, even though they have the lead. He wants to continue to bring defenders out because he believes Georgetown's strong point, the rest of before this half, will be in the paint. He wants them to continue to get in the paint. And he ended the huddle by saying it's all about defense.
Georgetown's played some pretty good defense. They've been helped by DePaul, who has missed some open jumpers and just turned it over there, and Georgetown has the 6-point lead here, approaching 8 to go in the first half.
When Cassandra Gordon was the other player that James Howard talked with me about this week, who's been practicing so well.
And Thompson, a nice move going to the basket. She gets her first points of the game. And for Georgetown, a team that really gets the majority of their scoring from White, Vincent, and Adamako. Interesting to see this lineup on the floor, and this lineup on the floor succeeding for them as well.
That's been a huge bright spot for them today, is the play off the bench.
It's a deep rebound there. Another opportunity for DePaul. Misses another three-pointer. And Deanna White, one of the best rebounders in the conference, able to rip that one down.
She is listed at 5'5" on the roster, and her ability to get rebounds is unparalleled for someone of her stature. She does a great job, particularly anticipating on the weak side, getting those rebounds, and that has just been another piece of her game. She really can do everything out on the floor.
8.2 rebounds per game, 4th in the conference at 5'5". Amazing for Deanna White, who able to control the defensive rebound there. Now will control it from the top of the key with Georgetown holding an 8-point lead.
Well, she certainly got high praise from Coach Bruno when we talked to him about her. He was prognosticating she will be first team All Big East, which when you think about the talent in this league this year, I mean, that's the players on that list. That's really going to be quite an impressive group. And
she's able to pick up the loose ball there. Deanna White stepping through a couple defenders, can't get the layup to go. Now another scrum for the ball, and they're going to say that DePaul was laying on the end line there, on the baseline, and so Georgetown will keep it with a fresh 30. So not a great shot by Kovačikova there, but good effort by Georgetown. Able to come away with that one a couple of different times. Get another look at this one. First, Deanna White fought for it, able to pick it up. And Georgetown will inbound it here. Just over 7 to go, 8-point lead for Georgetown. They've led for the majority of this first half as the ball has continued to struggle to shoot from the floor. Here's Kovačikova inside to Thompson. Thompson trying to battle in, and a nice post move there by Thompson. At 6 foot, the sophomore out of Winter Haven, Florida, getting a couple of baskets here in the first half for Georgetown.
What a great, strong move by Tatiana Thompson. She has had a fantastic second quarter for Georgetown. Very consistent in making smart decisions.
Step back three-pointer, air ball there for DePaul, and maybe a little frustration starting to set in. Not a great shot from the freshman Morris.
And I think right now for DePaul, what I said earlier for Georgetown rings true. They're settling for a lot of outside shots. They're forcing a lot of outside shots that are not falling. So I think they need to try to mix things up a bit on the offensive end. I think it's really gotten into their heads at this point.
Here's Vincent for Georgetown. Over to Gordon. Adamako on the near baseline. Adamako had a good start to this game. Reverse layup there. And a nice move for Adamako. She's got 8 points. And Doug Bruno wants a timeout with his team down by 12 in this first half.
And this is a smart timeout call right here for Doug Bruno.
12-point lead for Georgetown, 25-13 with 6:09 to go here in the first half.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/.
Arena.
Family on three, 1, 2, 3. Family!
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
Largest lead of the game for Georgetown, 25-13, as we welcome you back to McDonough Arena. Ben Gordon Goldstein, Monica Moore with you. And Monica, the struggling shooting for DePaul just continues here in a disastrous first half.
They are 4 of 22 from the field, from behind the three-point line, 3 of 15, and from the free throw line, 2 of 5. So it's really been all over the floor. They have just been struggling, but the good news, as we've talked about for the Blue Demons, they have so many different players that could be that player to step up and get things going offensively. And once you get one player who finds shots that start to fall, other players step into that as well. But the question mark right now, as you get a look there at DePaul's head coach, Doug Bruno, is who's that player going to be?
Paul comes into this game almost 85 points a game. Here with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. They have 13 points in this game.
They have the 4th highest scoring offense. They lead the country in three-pointers.
Pretty impressive defense early on, though, by Georgetown, and some shots missed as they try to get it inside now. And drawing the foul there is Campbell. A good pass by Dahlman to the cutting Campbell, and she'll get a couple from the line.
And this is what we've been talking about, that you don't need to settle for all those outside shots. You can try to generate some offense with some good passing, some cuts to the basket. I really like what DePaul did coming out of this timeout, sending Kelly Campbell to the free throw line.
She makes the first, get one more from the line, and maybe they'll lean on her a little bit more. Normally not the scorer for this team. She kind of sets up the offense, but with both Stonewall and Grays kind of struggling, maybe they'll look to Campbell, who misses the second.
Well, the one word that comes to mind with Kelly Campbell is competitor. That's something that Doug Bruno emphasized to us. He said she gets all these minutes out on the floor because of her competitiveness. And so you know this is not sitting well with Kelly Campbell right now.
So the quick double come there on Adamako. Now it's Thompson, who's had a couple of nice moves so far in this game, but called for the double dribble there. And DePaul starting to collapse the defense a little bit underneath. We've seen both Adamako and Thompson have some success in the paint, so DePaul crashing down a little bit more. You can do that, especially against a Georgetown team that really doesn't shoot the three-point ball all that well.
Well, that's the other thing you can do when your offense is not falling is play very good defense. That can give you a lot of momentum that can start to get things going on the offensive end.
Pump fake there for Dahlman, who nearly traveled, able to keep the pivot foot down, though. Now it's Campbell, 5 on the shot clock, going to the basket, air ball. Got a foul called there on the rebound. And so DePaul will keep it. Called the foul on the rebound as Campbell, the off-balance shot, and you could see coming in behind, Vincent gave a little shove underneath. And so she's called for the foul, and DePaul will get a fresh 30 here, but still trailing by double digits.
So that's 2 on Michaela Vinson, the point guard for the Hoyas, and was a little bit of a bailout foul because the ball did not touch the rim.
And there, Dahlman driving to the basket, no help defense, backs turn. She gets the basket and the foul, and it's a 9-point game, and she'll get one more from the line.
And again, I love what DePaul is doing. This is very different. Coming out of this timeout, it's very clear what the emphasis was, is to not settle for these jump shots, to take the ball inside, to try to draw contact, to earn trips to the free throw line, to get more high percentage shots, to try to get this offense going.
And an 85% free throw shooter for Dahlman. She missed 2 from the line earlier in this game, knocks that one down, and let's turn it over to Kelsey, who's inside the huddles.
As you can imagine, it's a completely different tone on the DePaul side of the huddle. Head coach Doug Bruno really kind of got into a heated exchange, especially with Rebecca Dahlman. He said his players are not running their own plays. They're not executing. He said it looks like there's confusion. He said if the plays aren't working, you've got to make a way. So he's really putting it on his players to change the tide of the game.
Shot clock winding down here for Georgetown. Three-pointer for Jones, rims out, and a defensive rebound and a foul called there on Morgan Smith. And so now the foul's starting to pile up for the Hoyas with 4:23 to go here in the second quarter. They are in the penalty, so DePaul will shoot for the rest of the first half.
You see Smith talking things over with the official as she's heading down the floor. But it's a very different DePaul team we're seeing out of that last timeout call. I think that was the right strategy that Kelsey was talking about, is Doug Bruno's putting the onus on his players to step up, to play like they can play, to do the things they know they can do. And it looks like the message has gotten through.
But Kelja able to knock down the first one. Comes into this game just a 61% free throw shooter, but many attempts, 8 of 13 from the line. So knocks down the first one more, and able to get 2 from the line. Cuts it to a 6-point game here with 4:23 to go. Georgetown's led by as many as 13 here in the first half. Now Deanna White trying to go quickly to the basket and just puts her head down, draws the foul.
She is that guard that can do everything. She can shoot the 3, she can drive, she can dish.
They are going to call it a shooting foul there for Deanna White. Going to the basket, just lowers her head. She'll get 2 from the line for the Georgetown leading scorer. The first one is no good. Deanna White, 75% free throw shooter on the season, averaging 15.6 points a game. Really hasn't been involved in the offense all that much so far in this game. She knocks down the second, and it's a 7-point Georgetown lead.
When she was on the bench for quite a bit of time, so she's got some fresh legs out on the floor, so I would look for her to try to be an impact for the last 4 minutes of this first half.
It's DePaul working it around the perimeter. It's Campbell dumping it down into Stonewall. Nice cut there. We'll kick it back outside. Dahlman for 3, no good. And the defensive rebound once again there by Deanna White.
And even though DePaul wasn't able to knock down that shot, I really like the ball movement on that play.
White quick move, defensive rebound there for DePaul. Stonewall clears it away, and they'll look to push now. Melender kick it back outside. Dahlman back out. Three-pointer there, no good. And a defensive rebound for Jones.
And for the most part, Georgetown has done a very good job on the defensive glass today. And that is certainly something you want to do. You don't want to give a lot of second chance opportunities to a team like DePaul.
Georgetown slowing it down here as Deanna White free throw jumper is good. And just like that, she's got 7 points in the game, and a quick steal there for White, going one-on-one to the basket, and she'll draw the foul. So White, the free throw jumper there, and now she'll get 2 from the free throw line, an opportunity to make it a double-digit lead for Georgetown once again with under 3 to go here in the first half.
And you really see her asserting herself on the offensive end on these last few possessions for Georgetown. It's looked like with DePaul coming out of that timeout, going on this run, this is what White does, is she decides she's going to try to take the team on her shoulders and reassert themselves.
She knocks down the first one, so she's 2 of 3 from the free throw line. We'll get 1 more. There's a couple of substitutions here. Tanita Hill will check back into the game, but Kelja will go to the bench. And Kovachikova also came back into the game for Georgetown, and Deanna White knocks down the second free throw, so back to an 11-point game here for the Hoyas. 30-19, they lead this one.
And again, that's pretty much courtesy of Deanna White, who did not like how things were going, and she has really decided to take the responsibility for her team.
Here's Allen, little crossover there. We'll hand it off to Stonewall. Ball stripped away, though. Adamako had it, nearly lost it, and she'll pick it back up. And Georgetown will control here. 2.5 to go in the first half. 30-19, Georgetown leads it. Jumper from inside the three-point line, no good. And we're going to get a foul called here on DePaul, and a little bit of a bailout there. Not a good shot by Jones.
She really rushed that shot. As you said, not the best opportunity for Georgetown, but a great job by Morgan Smith here, battling for possession. You see just working her way inside.
It's just 4 team fouls on DePaul, so the next one Georgetown will also be shooting here for the rest of the half. So inbound it to Adamako. Adamako's had a nice first half and a jumper there. That's her 5th made field goal of the first half. She's the first player into double figures with 10.
She's been very consistent, and she's made very smart decisions for Georgetown so far in this game. She has gotten better and better as this season's progressed, and she's gotten a lot more comfortable.
And Daninger there, this little up and through, and draws the foul. And it's a 13-point Georgetown lead, but a couple from the free throw line for DePaul. Daninger hasn't played a ton this year, a freshman out of Andover, Minnesota. Misses the first free throw. She's only played in 10 of the 15 games and only 64 minutes total for her. But Doug Bruno with Lexi held out, looking for some bench help, and turning to one of the freshmen here to try to get the offense going. It was a good-looking move.
That was the second foul on Nikola Kovachikova, so she's going to come out. Gordon's going to come back in. She and Michaela Venson both with 2 fouls, sitting on the bench right now with James Howard.
Makes the second, so it's a 12-point game as White will hand it over to Gordon. Adamako been one of the stars here in the first half, nearly turned it over. And a little lucky there that the ball bounced off of the back of Stonewall and out of bounds. And Georgetown will keep it underneath the hoop with 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, that's exactly right. She got very lucky because she was out of control going to the inside. So Georgetown's going to have to be really smart about the offensive look they take here.
Adamako has it with 10 on the shot clock. Gives it over to Jones. Now 5 on the shot clock. Adamako in the post going to the basket. Shot blocked. Morgan Smith comes up with the rebound and puts it in. And Georgetown leads by 14.
Well, that's the second time we've seen Morgan Smith do that. One was on an offensive rebound. That ball knocked away. Morgan Smith able to get it and put the ball right back in the basket. And that's what Georgetown was missing when she was out with that injury.
DePaul nearly turned it over a couple of times. Keeps it now with 10 on the shot clock. Tanita Hill, 3-pointer, no good. Bounces around. And a kickball there on DePaul. And it'll go back to Georgetown with a 14-point lead. And a minute 11 to go here in the first half.
I was watching Morgan Smith play defense on that possession. She did an excellent job covering on the outside. She's got all that height, but she's got length as well. She's very disruptive, and just watching her defensive presence today, that has been critical for Georgetown.
So Deanna White has it. Georgetown will slow it down and give it to Adamako in the post. Little turnaround jumper, and too easy there. It's Adamako in rhythm here in the first half. She's got 12.
She's been the most consistent scoring option in this game, and what I love about it is she's not forcing a lot. She's had a couple plays where she's driven inside and she's lost it, but I think she's been the most consistent player out on the floor and the most focused.
Stonewall, the three-pointer, is good. And a big shot there for DePaul. Stonewall's hit a couple in this game. That one cuts it back to a 13-point lead.
And you think back to Stonewall's shot at the end of the first quarter. Now at the end of the second quarter, she knocks down another big three that really changes how things look on the scoreboard.
4 seconds separate the game clock and the shot clock, so they'll kick it out. Gordon, the three-pointer, looking for the answer. No good, but chasing down the rebound is Jones. And Georgetown will have it for the last shot if they want it. Smith takes the three-pointer. It's no good. Now will have to be a heave from DePaul, and Campbell no good. And that is how the first half of play from McDonough Arena will end. Georgetown, an impressive first half. They lead it by 13 as we head to the half. 36-23. The Hoyas lead the Blue Demons.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
We're at the half here at McDonough Arena. It's 36-23. Georgetown leading DePaul, and we'll turn it over to Megan Caffrey. We'll have the women's basketball update for us at the half.
Welcome into the Big East Women's Basketball Update. I'm Megan Caffrey. There's a lot to get into today. However, first, let's take a look back at this past weekend. It was the marquee matchup that everyone had been waiting for, the top 25 showdown between Marquette and DePaul. And the Golden Eagles ran away with this one, beating DePaul 96-63. You have to remember the preseason player of the year, Alizea Blockton, she was out of this game, and it was the next man up mentality for the Golden Eagles. That next man up was Natisha Heidemann. She finished with 32 points against the Blue Demons, matching her career best. And she said after the game, her and her team are bringing the intensity to every single game that they play, especially in conference play. And before this game, I spoke with analyst Sarah Kustok about what the importance was and the difference maker that was going to be in this game. And she said transition game. And the Golden Eagles really took control of that against DePaul. They forced DePaul to turn the ball over, and they were able to score in transition. Get this, the Golden Eagles had 33 points off turnovers, whereas the Blue Demons only had 15. And taking a look at that box score right there, after the first quarter, Marquette was up by 20 points, and they were able to just continue to hold on to that lead and really build off of it. And after the game, Natisha Heidemann really pointed out the growth of her defense. She said, yes, we do identify ourselves as an offensive team, but we've seen the maturity in our defense, and we're bringing a new level of intensity on that side of the ball. You know who's also having growth right about now in Big East play? The Providence Friars. They had their first conference win against Villanova on Sunday with their best scoring performance of the season. They shot 52.3% from the field. And I spoke with Yo-Yo Nogic and Mary about the growth that the Providence Friars are having. We now welcome in the Providence Friars guard Yo-Yo Nogic and the Big East Freshman of the Week, Mary Baskerville. Thank you two so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Your team earned your first Big East win of the season on Sunday against Villanova at home. How momentum building is it to win at home in conference play?
Yeah, it's really big. You know, not many people would have thought that we could have done that, and then being able to beat such a good basketball team is just very exciting. Being able to do it at home in front of all of our fans is very exciting.
Yeah, definitely. Also, just seeing a reward for the work we've put in, and seeing we had a rough games against Marquette, DePaul, Georgetown. We had one good quarter, then two, then three, and it's just rewarding to see we've finally been able to put 4 good quarters in. and it's really good to see the reward.
You mentioned Georgetown right there, Yo-Yo. Going into the final 10 minutes of the game on Sunday against Villanova, you were tied with the Wildcats, just like in your game on Friday against Georgetown. However, the outcome was different. You won on Sunday. After the game, head coach Jim Crowley said you used Sunday's game as another chance to show who you are. Who did your team show that you are on Sunday?
We know the work we put in. We know we're right there. Against Georgetown, it was just one quarter. Against Villanova, we had the same opportunity. We go tight end into the fourth quarter, and we know we've been here before. We know what we have to do. We have to lock in on defense, trust our offense, and it will play out by itself.
Yo-Yo had 23 points against Villanova on Sunday, a season high for you. How are you able to have so much offensive success?
It's on my teammates. As a shooter, they need to set me screens. I need to get open, try to find the open looks. But again, it's all them. Like, they look for me, they set me screens. A big thing of our offense is the extra pass, so always looking for that one. So, I have to give them credit.
Mary, you are the Big East Freshman of the Week, the second time you've earned this honor. What are you realizing is the biggest difference in league play versus the non-conference schedule?
It's a lot tougher, and, it's fun having tough competition and being able to do that with your team. That helps you with all your success. And just them, realizing how hard I work and giving me the ball and knowing and trusting that I can pull out for them.
Your team faces St. John's this week. You swept the Johnnies last season. What do you have to do this weekend to continue this momentum and this growth that you're building?
We have to keep trusting our offense, our defense. We know it's going to be a kids game on Friday, so we know it's going to be extra loud. It's going to be a lot of energy. As you said, we swept them last year, so they're going to come in with even more energy to try to beat us. So we just got to go out there, give all we have, play together, trust each other, and as I said before, the outcome will come.
Speaking of energy, who's got the most energy on the team?
It's a hard one.
Yeah, I think we all bring our piece of energy into it. I don't know, Maddie, Little, Mary. When Mary gets hyped up, then there's no way of taking her down. So Kira, Coop, Sophia, everybody plays such an important part in it. I really don't know if there's one that has the most energy.
Yeah,
How about maybe the funniest on the team?
We're all pretty funny.
I don't know. Maybe Maddie, Sophia.
Yeah.
You two have to give yourself some credit too, right? Yes, they were pretty funny as well.
That's funny.
We just want to give credit to other people.
Yo-Yo, Mary, thank you so much for joining me, and best of luck the rest of this season.
Thank you so much.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
And welcome back to McDonough Arena. We're at the half here between Georgetown and DePaul. Ben Gordon Goldstein, Monica Moore back with you. A 36-23 Georgetown lead as we take a look at some of the highlights from the first half of this game. And Georgetown getting off to the quick start in this one, and Dorothy Adamako has been really one of the key players in this one, Monica.
She scored in so many different ways, taking the ball inside, hitting some shots from the outside. This was a big early three from Michaela Vinson that stretched out the lead.
And Deanna White getting into the action as well. She's the second leading scorer in this game with 9 points. And really outside of a couple of heaves from DePaul, Georgetown has dominated this first half.
They have, and Deanna White able to take the ball inside. She had a couple of great defensive plays that turned into some offense. That was Stonewall's shot at the very end of the first quarter that was really a game changer in terms of cutting the lead to 4.
And Georgetown did a really good job at the start of the second quarter of bouncing back from that three-pointer. It was a 7-point game, cut it to a 4-point game, but then Georgetown came right back out and continued to pound it in and did a great job in this first half despite a couple of made three-pointers. And so we take a look at the first half stats, and really the story in this game is the struggling from the field from DePaul. Just 21% for DePaul from the field.
And you look at Georgetown shooting 44%, 22 points in the paint from the Hoyas in the first half. I think that's a big statistic for them. You see the rebounds almost even, 8 turnovers for DePaul. Georgetown able to turn some of those into points, 14 points off turnovers for the Hoyas.
And a good job by Georgetown, just 2 turnovers for them in the first half. We'll take a break. When we come back, Kelsey will have an interview with the Big East Commissioner, Val Ackerman. That's next.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3. Family!
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
Together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Together! And you are playing for each other, and that's how you win championships. And that is what's going to take us to the top. You have to rely on each other, and we just do this together.
This is who we are.
Conquer the challenge, but you're only going to do it together.
Let's get it on 3, y'all. 1, 2, 3.
We know what to do. Now the fun part. We get to go do it.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
That's the Big East way. The Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3. Family!
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/.
Back at the half with Big East Commissioner Val Ackerman. Val, we've been in for some great hoops today so far as Georgetown Hoyas take on the DePaul Blue Demons. And what have you thought about this game this first half?
Well, if you're a Georgetown fan, there's a lot to be happy about. They had a great first half, a lot of energy, holding DePaul, who's an excellent team, one of the nation's best teams, and a great three-point shooting team to 23 points in the first half here. So, but you got to play a second half. I'm sure it'll be a great one.
Right, you're right. I mean, DePaul has been scoring big numbers all season, but right now Georgetown has them. And overall, the Big East Conference play has been pretty good this far. What are your overall thoughts on the Big East women's basketball play?
Well, we expected this to be a super competitive year. We've got sort of two front runners right now in DePaul and Marquette. Marquette's having a wonderful season. They have great senior leadership. Nationally ranked, I think it was 20 this week or something close to that. Had a great game today. And, you know, I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Butler women have also had a tremendous year this year. They're undefeated in conference play, only one loss over the season. So it's great to see them, you know, sort of rising up this year. And we've got just generally just tremendous competitiveness. So I think it'll be a great tournament when that hits in March.
Yeah, in the tournament, we're all excited for Chicago. Val, I mean, can you give us a little bit of, how can we feel about this tournament as we lead closer and closer and closer?
Well, we expect great competition. It's going to be played at Wintrust Arena for the second year, which is a tremendous new 10,000-seat building that's the home of DePaul basketball. They're also going to be hosting the NCAA Women's Midwest Regional this year, so they're really excited about having this sort of double shot of women's basketball, our tournament and then the NCAA Regional. And, you know, I mean, it's may the best team win. Great event for us. We're looking forward to it, and I hope any fans watching will come out and support our women's teams.
Come support them in Chicago. Thank you so much, Big East Commissioner Ackerman here with me. I'm Kelsey Nicole Nelson. Now we'll take you back to the game.
Thanks, Kelsey. Ben Gordon Goldstein, Monica Moore back with you. That was the commissioner of the Big East, Val Ackerman there, and some interesting thoughts. And Val piling up the miles here today. We were told she was at the Villanova Marquette game earlier today, so now driving down here to D.C. for this one as well. As we get set for the second half of play here between Georgetown and DePaul, 36-23. Georgetown leading this game, a 13-point lead. DePaul will have it begin things here in the second half and trying to figure out their shooting woes. Just 23 points in the first half on 6 of 28 shooting. It's an early foul called here against Georgetown, and that's a big one. Kovačíková is one of the players who went into the half with 2 fouls, and 10 seconds into this second half, she picks up her third, and immediately Brianna Jones is going to have to check into the game for her.
And that is tough for Georgetown because, again, she's been on the floor a lot because of her defensive intensity. And so you have to imagine she's going to be sitting for quite some time into this third quarter.
As Dahlman tried to whip a pass there underneath, and another turnover here, and now DePaul is going to pick up some full court pressure here to begin things in the third quarter, as Georgetown only turned the ball over 2 times in that first half. So DePaul trying to turn up the pressure on them a little bit, maybe first a couple of turnovers and get themselves back into this game.
I like the decision to go with the pressure, to try to get some turnovers, maybe get some easy looks. And, of course, to try to disrupt what Georgetown does.
Good inbounds pass there, and Deanna White going all the way to the basket draws the foul. And that was good defense early on by DePaul to deny the ball from Deanna White, but the cut there, and then was able to race down the entire length of the floor and drawing the foul, and she'll get a couple more from the free throw line.
I think another one of the things that you have to talk about with Deanna White is just how strong she is. We've talked about her small in stature, but just her ability to get these shot opportunities off. She's so smart. She's so savvy. Her basketball IQ is off the charts. Good decision-making all the time from Deanna White.
She misses 2 from the free throw line, but the foul was called on Marte Grays, and a big foul there. 3 now on Grays, the leading scorer on the DePaul Blue Demons, who will have to go to the bench, so now they'll have to try to make up a 13-point deficit without their leading scorer.
Who's only scored 2 points in this game, and again, DePaul settling for that quick outside shot.
Able to get the defensive rebound, though, and now get it underneath. Miss, and then on the offensive rebound once again, it's Allen. able to put it up and the foul, and it's an 11-point game, and we'll have one more from the line.
Dorothy Adamaco defended the first opportunity so well, but she's going to commit the foul on the second opportunity, and a lot of credit to Tanita Allen. She did a nice job getting the rebound, getting the putback.
And the free throw is good. So a 3-point play, full court press again as Deanna White will get the inbounds pass, and after getting it, they'll back up. And Georgetown will have it. 10-point lead, just over 9 to go here in the third quarter.
The question mark for DePaul just continues to be who's that player that's going to step up. Their leading scorer in the first half was Stonewall with 6. She had a 3-pointer in the first quarter, a 3-pointer in the second, but they just could not find anyone that could get into a consistent rhythm.
And Adamaco turns it over, just sticking the hand out there was Stonewall and found the ball in it. And DePaul will get it back here, trailing by 10. Little pull-up jumper here off the backboard, no good. Bounces around, and it'll bounce over to Allen. So the second straight time that DePaul will get another opportunity here, and 3 early offensive rebounds for the Blue Demons.
Well defended by Brianna Jones. She got just a little piece of that.
As Benson, a little off balance going to the basket. Trying to save it was Adamaco, but DePaul will get it. They'll look to push the other way. Down underneath, Stonewall, the layup is good. And now a single-digit game as DePaul has come out and scored the first 5 points of this second half. And it'll be a timeout here for James Howard to try to fix things. 36-28 with 8:06 to go here in the third quarter. Take a break. Be back with the rest of the third quarter action.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
We do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Together! And you are playing for each other, and that's how you win championship. And that is what's going to take us to the top. We have to rely on each other, and we just do this together.
This is who we are.
Conquer the challenge, but you're only going to do it together.
Let's get it on 3, y'all. 1, 2, 3.
We know what to do. Now the fun part. We get to go do it.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
That's the Big East way. The Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena. Get tickets now.
8-point Georgetown lead here with 8:06 to go in the third quarter. Ben Gordon Goldstein, Monica Moore back with you, but a quick 5-0 run for DePaul to begin things here in the third quarter. And Monica, they've gotten themselves right back into this game.
And again, I think this is a great decision. The pressure, once again, really making Georgetown work for it, trying to switch up the tempo a little bit. They got some easier baskets on their offensive end of the floor.
So Georgetown has it. Deanna White, the deep 2 is no good. Adamako, though, gets the offensive rebound. Will go right back up with it, and it's good, and she's got 14 now in the game.
That was a great job by Dorothy Adamako because that was good defense by Shantae Stonewall. Adamako just muscled her way into that bucket.
Nice move there by Stonewall going to the basket with the left hand. Doesn't get it to go, but she is fouled, and she'll get 2 from the line, and already 3 quick fouls here for Georgetown in the third quarter.
And the storyline has been Shantae Stonewall. She's been the player that has provided the most consistent offense in this game for DePaul. She's also given them some good defensive minutes out on the floor.
She got the last basket that led to the timeout for Georgetown as she misses the first free throw. Now her second attempt is good, and it's a 9-point Georgetown lead, and they'll quickly inbound it against the pressure, so no trouble that time. And Deanna White will control it here for Georgetown. She's got Jones, Adamako, Smith, and Vincent on the floor with her. So it's Smith controlling at the top of the key. Vincent, the other graduate student, along with Adamako on the floor. And now Deanna White off balance, no good. Tipped around. Smith tipped it up, and Vincent able to come down with it, now is tied up. And possession arrow will favor Georgetown, so good play there by Smith to be able to keep it alive, and Georgetown will get it off the tie-up.
This is Georgetown's most experienced lineup on the floor, and that was all created by Morgan Smith's stick-to-itiveness, keeping that ball alive.
Deanna White will inbound it. Fresh 30 here. She'll toss it all the way back out to Vincent. Vincent's got just 3 points in the game. She had a lone three-pointer in the first half, 1 of 6 from the field, as she's one of 3 players on Georgetown that averages double figures. As Smith going to the basket, no good. Rebound by her, and then again put it back up, and it was no good. And DePaul will have it. Quick three-pointer off the back iron. Grabbing her own rebound, though, is Millender, and it's stuffed there by Adamako. And a great defensive play by Adamako, who is having a tremendous game.
That's a piece of her game that doesn't get talked as much about, but her ability to block balls. We saw that a lot in the Butler game when she surpassed that 100 career blocks mark to make her just another one of the Hoyas that has more than 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, and 100 blocks in her career.
Campbell, deep 3 is no good, and a good rebound there by Jones. And now Deanna White will look to push everybody back, but driving straight into 2 players. And there will be a foul called there on the play.
And I know the DePaul coaching staff still a little frustrated with the shot selection. That last shot by Campbell, probably not the shot that they were looking for. And then Deanna White taking advantage, pushing up the other end of the floor, getting back to the free throw line. But you have to remember that last trip where she missed both.
So White's first free throw here is good. So now 4 of 7 from the free throw line. As you mentioned, those 2 missed free throws earlier in this quarter. She's into double figures now with 10. Adamako leads everybody with 14. And on the other side, Stonewall, the leading scorer for DePaul, she's got 9. As White, second one off the back iron. So a tough free throw shooting night for her. She's just 4 of 8 from the line. Georgetown leads it by 10.
So very uncharacteristic for a player like Deanna White, who earned so many of those trips to the free throw line.
And nothing going there on the possession for Doug Bruno, so he asks for the timeout. And Georgetown leads it by 10 with 6:19 to go here in the third quarter.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
We do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
10-point lead, 39-29 with 6:19 to go here in the third quarter. Ben Gordon-Goldstein, Monica Moore back with you. And Monica, it's Dorothy Adamaka who really continues to do everything for this Georgetown team.
And again, just watching her play so much this season, just watching her get better and better every game. I talked with James Howard about her before the game, and he said, you know, she's understanding the point at this time that she's not injured anymore and she's not as worried about getting hurt when she drives into the lane, and that's been a great development for her. She just seems to be playing her game, her style of basketball, and it is paying huge dividends for the Hoyas.
7 of 9 from the floor in this game, 14 points for her. She's got a couple of blocks, deflects that one out of bounds. And the defense, maybe the overlooked part of her game, as you mentioned before, she's third in the conference in blocks per game, so she has done a great job. And we saw a tremendous block just a few minutes ago by Adamako as that one knocked down by Deanna White off the inbounds. And DePaul will keep it here, just 2 seconds on the shot clock.
And I would say she's set the tone, but the Hoyas, again, we've talked a lot about it. I think this has been a great team defensive game for Georgetown.
And the quick heave there by Morris, good defense, and a shot clock violation there off the air ball. And so a 10-point Georgetown lead. DePaul will pick up the full court once again as Vincent back into the game. She does have 3 fouls, so keep an eye on that. And she'll control it with Deanna White on the floor. Jones, Adamako, and Smith here. The 5 for Georgetown on offense.
Deanna White working hard to try to get open.
Vincent puts her head down, driving to the basket. Foul is called, but on the floor. It'll be the third team foul here in the third quarter for DePaul. The first in the game for Bekelja.
And I continue to like the way that Georgetown tries to take the ball to the basket, trying to draw contact, exploit the openings. Vincent doing a very nice job on that possession for the Hoyas.
And you see it on the replay there. They called it on the reach before Vincent got to the basket. So Georgetown will inbound here underneath their own hoop. Deanna White will toss it out to Vincent, and Kelsey was over by the DePaul huddle, so we'll turn it over to her.
Yes, Coach Doug Bruno, he was telling his team, keep the pressure on them. He's not liking a lot of the open looks that they're getting. He said, take away the shot. He said, basically, we've got to start playing DePaul ball. We've got to start playing together.
Brianna Jones there hitting the three-pointer, her first 3 of the game. She's got 5 points, and Georgetown back out to their largest lead of the game, 42-29.
And I think that's the other storyline for the Hoyas. They've had very solid games from Adamako and White, but a lot of these role players have stepped up at big moments and given them good buckets, good defensive plays, and it has really, again, just been a great team effort out of the Hoyas tonight.
And a big rebound there by Adamako as DePaul had already gotten 1 offensive rebound on that possession, but Adamako able to come down with her 7th rebound of the game and then is fouled on the play. So it's the 4th team foul there by DePaul. It's the first on Stonewall.
And I have to tell you, after watching her on the bench every single game last year for the Hoyas, I am so happy that she is having the season she's having to bide her time. I know how tough it was for her to have to watch and not be able to be out on the floor helping her team. But I think right now it's all paying off for Dorothy Adamako.
As Smith stepped on the baseline there, so Georgetown will turn it over. Just their 4th turnover of the game for the Hoyas with under 5 to go here in the third quarter. So a 42-29 lead. Paul still trying to figure out their offense in this game, coming off a 33-point loss to Marquette last weekend, and now the offense slow once again.
Well, and of course, the fact that Grays just hasn't been able to get going.
Stonewall, a big three. That's her third made three-pointer of the game, and she's keeping them in this one. It's a 10-point game.
I like the fact that she's stepping up. She recognizes she has been the most consistent offensive threat. She's showing no fear, doing everything out on the floor she can. She's got a tough assignment in Dorothy Adamaco.
Here's Deanna White trying to answer. No good. Defensive rebound there, and a foul is called on Georgetown. That'll be their fourth foul here in the third quarter. We'll see who they got it on, as both Adamaco and Morgan Smith were in the neighborhood.
And that's going to be 3 now on Dorothy Adamaco. Not sure that's a foul she wanted to give, but she's going to have to be very smart for the remainder of this third quarter not to pick up her fourth foul. Kovachikova has been sitting over on the bench pretty much for the entirety with the third foul.
Nice little play there by DePaul. And it's Grays checking back into the game, able to get the easy layup, and all of a sudden just an 8-point game. It's Deanna White. Kick it back out to Venson. Deep three is good. And Venson with her second made three-pointer of the game. That gets it back to an 11-point Georgetown lead.
And that's what makes Georgetown so dangerous, is Michaela Venson can go for a lot of minutes and not score, and then she starts lighting it up.
And Grays, who has checked back into the game and has 5 quick points, a big answer there for Grays. And back and forth we go. 8-point Georgetown lead. Adamaco going to the basket, able to hang and get 2, and it's a 10-point game.
Just so smooth by Adamaco. But I was wondering when Grays got that easy bucket if that might be the thing to get her going. That would be a great sign for DePaul if she could start knocking down some shots, get a little bit of her confidence back, get back in her rhythm. This could really become a ball game very quickly.
Grays picked up her third foul early on in this third quarter and really hasn't played much at all in this game, as she's only played 9 minutes total in the game. Leading scorer on DePaul coming into this one, and she was the one coming off the best game against Marquette. She scored 23 points. Really, nobody else did anything offensively. And now she's starting to get it going offensively. And on the Georgetown side, a 10-point lead, and Adamaco and Venson able to keep it going for the Hoyas.
Venson has had a couple of very big buckets for the Hoyas. You see Adamaco's block. That's a big momentum play. The 3 from Michaela Venson. Again, when she gets going for Georgetown, it's just that additional weapon on the offensive end. It opens a lot of things up.
And that was from way downtown, as Stonewall driving to the basket, no good. Gets her own rebound, though, puts it up and in. And it's once again an 8-point game as Stonewall and Grays continue to keep DePaul in this one. It's the toss to Venson to get it in, nearly lost it. And
Stonewall was that player that Doug Bruno talked to us about that has been in a little bit of a lull, and he said she's one of the ones we're trying to get going. That's a critical piece for us now that we're in conference play. So certainly a bright spot of this contest for DePaul has been her efforts.
Here's Adamaco with just her third miss of the game going to the basket. Now DePaul a chance to close even closer as the three-pointer from the corner. Good from Dahlman, and all of a sudden this high-powered DePaul offense starting to pick it up, as a foul is called here on the Blue Demons. Got a grab there on Campbell, I believe. And you take another look at the three-pointer. Dahlman closing it to a 5-point game. That's the closest DePaul has been in quite some time.
And that just goes to show you can never count out a team like DePaul because they are just so talented. They have so many weapons. You don't know who it's going to be out on the floor. That was a clutch shot by Dahlman to cut this down to 5.
Now in the penalty, Venson gets 2 from the line after the foul, knocks down the first one. She's a 74% free throw shooter.
And you see Dahlman over there right beside Doug Bruno, her head coach, talking things over with her a little bit before she heads back down the court.
Second one no good, and some struggles from the free throw line for Georgetown now in this game. They're just 5 of 10 from the free throw line, but hold a 6-point lead, and a foul is called here as Grays once again getting back into the action, misses the shot, but she'll get 2 from the line.
I was just thinking the same thing. If there's one thing today for Georgetown that's a little bit of a blemish on the sheet and in terms of their efforts has been the free throw shooting, because against a team like DePaul, you can't afford to lose points on the table, and those shots from the free throw line may come back to haunt the Hoyas in the fourth quarter.
as Grays knocks down the first one.
So
82%.
Kovačíková is going to finally come back into this game. She sat for almost 8 minutes after picking up that third foul.
82% free throw shooter for Grays, knocks down 2 from the line, and now a 4-point game. And as you mentioned, Kovačíková picked up that third foul 10 seconds into this third quarter. So she's back into the game and will control it from the top of the key, being guarded by Dahlman. You got the senior on the freshman, and now it's Deanna White who has it. Under 2 to go here in the third quarter, a 4-point Georgetown lead. As White going to the basket, good move, but no good. And it's DePaul who will get the rebound, tied up there by Thompson. And the possession arrow will favor the Blue Demons, so they'll get it back, trailing by just 4.
You can see Deanna White recognizing how important that possession was for the Hoyas, with DePaul having cut this lead. Look at Thompson.
Thompson played some good minutes in the first half and now is steal here in the third quarter. And Georgetown gets it back with just over 90 to go. And Kovačíková stepped on the end line there, and Georgetown turns it over with 1:35 to go. So a little bit of a careless turnover there by the Hoyas. You can see now DePaul really trying to push it whenever they get the ball. It's Dahlman looking for some help back to the top of the key. Campbell. Now a three-point shot is no good. Another offensive rebound. Grays, and that one is good. And Grays has been huge here in the third quarter. She's got 9 in the game, and it's a 2-point game.
And again, she got that bucket, the easier basket, to help get things going. It's opened things up for a little bit. I think she's gotten out of her head a little bit. And now she's just playing basketball. She's not thinking about it so much.
Another turnover here by Georgetown, and once again, Stonewall with it. Nice little play there by Deanna White to tip it away from behind. It's Adamako one-on-one, and she'll draw the foul going to the basket. So a great recovery by Deanna White off the Georgetown turnover, able to come from behind, poke it away, and then Adamako going the other way and drawing the foul, and a couple of big free throws here for Georgetown.
When you're a coach and you're thinking about the way that you want your seniors who have been starters, who have played on this floor for all 4 years to play, the way that Deanna White plays just comes to mind. Her motor, she is always thinking, always planning, always trying to make a difference. And the other thing about Deanna White, she understands the gravity of certain moments in games. She realizes all the momentum is with DePaul right now. We're approaching the third quarter break. She knew she needed to do something big to try to take a little of that momentum.
And Georgetown, who struggled from the line in this game, gets 2 from Adamako, who's now got 18, and it's back to a 4-point lead. 48.9 to go. The way DePaul's tried to push it, you'd imagine they'll try to play 2 for 1 here at the end of the third quarter. As Dahlman looking for Grays underneath, and I think she traveled, but might have got a foul call first. And so Grays will get 2 more from the line, and she continues to be huge here in the third quarter for DePaul.
When I was just talking about Deanna White being a senior, Grays also a senior, and this is what you expect for your senior. She knows she did not have a good first half, but she has come into this third quarter. She has been a massive difference maker. She's gotten out of her head. She realizes she's going to have to dig deep to try to get this game into the win column for her team. She realizes how important it is for conference standings. This is what seniors do.
82% free throw shooter on the year, gets 1 of 2 from the line, so it's a 3-point game. Just over 40 to go here as Deanna White trying to dribble through the double team, and she'll turn it over, and she wasn't quite able to save it, and the press paying dividends here for DePaul as they'll get it back here with 35.5 to go, trailing by 3.
It was a great call by Doug Bruno coming out of halftime to apply the full court pressure after every made basket.
And a 3-pointer there is good for Melender, and now it's a tie ball game, 50-50. Georgetown led by as many as 13 in this quarter, now all tied up as Adamako going back the other way. She'll get it to go. She's now got 20 in the ball game, and Georgetown back up by 2. 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Dahlman has it at the top of the key. Now with 5 seconds, looking inside, it's Grays. Grays in the post, little turnaround off the backboard is good. And DePaul ties it up as the clock expires here at the end of a very exciting third quarter of play here from Georgetown. So DePaul able to turn a 13-point deficit into a tie game, and we'll head to the fourth, 52-52.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
And welcome back to McDonough Arena, getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter, 52-52. This game all tied up, Monica, because of the play. Marte Grays there in the third quarter.
She had a 12-point explosion in the third quarter. She got an easy bucket, and it just opened things up for her. She got out of her head, started playing her game of basketball. This is a great sign for the Blue Demons that she has gotten going. She has been the storyline.
How about this? 14 points in 12 minutes for Grays, who has had foul trouble throughout most of this game, playing with 3 fouls right now. But as you said, 12 points in that third quarter, but more points than minutes so far for Grays in a tie ball game as we get set for the start of play here in the fourth. 52-52.
Think back to how she finished that third quarter. Dorothy Adamaco had hit that bucket to give Georgetown the 2-point lead. Grays, so composed, goes down to her end of the floor with the answer before the buzzer.
Georgetown will start the fourth with Deanna White on the bench. Wouldn't imagine that's going to last very long. So Adamaco, the primary scorer, kicks it out. Three-pointer, no good. And now DePaul has the ball and a chance for their first lead since very early on in this game.
You have to imagine that James Howard is just resting Deanna White just a bit to make sure she can finish this game strong.
Here's Grays and another easy basket here, and DePaul has the lead 54-52, and Grays just dominating from inside the paint right now.
And I wish they had done this earlier because, again, just settling for all those outside shots in the first half that weren't falling.
Adamaco, huge three-pointer, gives Georgetown the lead back. It's 55-54.
The stars have come to shine right now for these two teams. Our two players to watch, Grays and Adamaco, are not disappointing.
There's Grays off balance, but an offensive rebound there by Campbell, and DePaul has the lead back. It's 56-55. Let's turn it over to Kelsey now as the action going back and forth.
You know, I've noticed a big difference in both teams' huddles. With Coach Doug Bruno, it seems more like a mental game. He's looking at each player in the eye and telling them exactly what they want to do. Where Coach Howard is drawing all over his clipboard, drawing different plays. He's saying they have to get open. They have to defend. They have to make the game work for them. He wants them to box out. He said, remember the details. He said, remember the skills that we've been practicing. We've got to get ball movement. We've got to swing the defense. And he ended saying everyone has to defend. We've got 10 minutes. Let's get it.
Thanks, Kelsey. A 1-point lead for DePaul, and they'll get the ball back off the offensive foul called there on Morgan Smith.
And Deanna White just came back into the contest for the Hoyas, so we got about a minute and a half through this fourth quarter before James Howard recognizes he has to have his senior star on the floor.
Trying to get it back underneath to Martez Grays. Smith is playing pretty good defense on her here. Grays calling for the ball now with 9 on the shot clock. Back out to Campbell. Campbell over to Allen. Allen three-pointer, no good. Over the back there on Grays, and that is a huge foul there on the rebound. That's now 4 on Grays.
And that is a very big call, and you see it right there on the replay. It was a good call by the official. She's going to come out. The question is, how long are we going to see her on the bench, because she was the scoring in the third quarter. She got them back in this contest.
And maybe a little frustration for her there, working so hard in the post to try to get the ball. She's dominated in the post since the end of the third quarter. Didn't get the ball and then called over the back, and so now she'll head to the bench. Georgetown gets the ball back, trailing by 1 with under 8 to go here in the fourth quarter. Vincent over to Deanna White, back into the game. White, 15, a little step-back jumper, no good. Ball will bounce off, and Vincent will collect it, go straight to the basket. Deanna White underneath to Smith, nice pass, no good, but a foul is called. And a good look by White to find Smith, and now 2 from the line.
That was a beautiful pass by Deanna White to find Smith, and a nice job by Smith just sneaking through the lane to get that open look.
Smith just 8 of 14 from the free throw line this year, and the first one is off the back iron, no good. She'll get 1 more. Georgetown 7 of 13 now from the line, and make it 7 of 14. 0 of 2 from the line for Smith, and DePaul will get it back up by 1 here off the 2 missed free throws. Campbell has it. See who the scoring option is going to be now for DePaul with Grays to the bench. They kick it around. Melender for 3. No good. Big rebound there by Smith. Able to rip it away from Campbell.
And that was a great play by Morgan Smith. After missing the 2 free throws, she got the big defensive rebound.
Adamako three-pointer is short, and Deanna White is called for the foul on the loose ball. That's her 3rd personal foul. So now you got 4 players on the floor with 3 fouls. The only one without 3 fouls on the floor is Morgan Smith. You got White, Vincent, Kovachikova, and Adamako all with 3. Only foul trouble really for DePaul is Grays, who sits on the bench as DePaul leads by 1.
Of course, that's a big foul trouble problem right now for DePaul, because again, she has been the most consistent and constant offense in the second half.
Melender for 3 is good, and DePaul now with a 4-point lead, and another 3-pointer here in the second half for the Blue Demons.
That was a big bucket right there for Melender.
A big possession here for Georgetown. They get it over to Adamako to the basket, rolls around in and out, but she will get 2 from the line. So Adamako couldn't quite get that one to fall, but she'll look to add to her game-high 23 from the free throw line.
That would have really shifted the momentum if that one had fallen for Dorothy Adamako. A nice job by the graduate student working her way inside. These are huge free throws right now for Georgetown, because again, this has been the Achilles heel in this ball game, is leaving these points on the table from the line.
Adamako's first free throw is no good. 7 of 15 now from the line for a Georgetown team that shoots 68% from the free throw line on the season. And now the second for Adamako, no good. And that's 4 straight missed free throws, and Morgan Smith is called for the reach-in. So that's now her 3rd, but Georgetown just killing themselves from the line.
Well, that's exactly right. And again, for a team that has played so well in this game, they came out and executed the game plan perfectly in that first half in terms of the defensive intensity, in terms of diversifying on offense, but it has been the free throws that are going to come back to haunt them.
Huge play there by Adamako to get the steal. Nearly lost it. and able to pick it back up with the help of Vincent. So a big turnover there as DePaul was looking to extend their 4-point lead, and now Georgetown will get it back. Freshman Kovačíková at the top of the key, over to Deanna White, the senior. White going baseline, falls down, keeps her dribble alive, but is tied up. And the possession arrow will favor DePaul. So another turnover there for Georgetown, and DePaul gets it back up by 4.
And Grays just re-entered the game for the Blue Demons. 5 minutes, 44 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Again, she has those 4 fouls. She is going to have to play extremely smart, but she's a senior. She has been in these big-time moments.
It's Stonewall with Grays again trying to post up. Morgan Smith working hard against her, fronting her in the post. Now Dahlman driving baseline, kicks it out. 3-pointer short. Offensive rebound, though, for Grays, who kicks it back out to Melender, who will set back up the offense. Grays, cross-court pass, step-back 3-pointer, no good. Ball bounces around, and it's Deanna White who comes up with the ball. Nearly had it stripped.
And DePaul very clearly sticking to what's worked with them earlier in the year, those outside shots. They think if they keep shooting, some of the big ones are going to fall.
Here's Kovačíková, 3-pointer is good. Her first points of the game, and it's a 1-point DePaul lead with under 5 to go here in the fourth. Ball is stolen away here by Deanna White. Georgetown 3-on-2. She'll kick it back out. Nearly turned it over as Vincent able to save it. And Kovačíková off the huge 3-pointer. Control the offense. White 3-pointer off the back iron, no good. Tipped around, and DePaul has it here with 4:20 to go in the fourth.
And I think DePaul needs a really good offensive possession here. I think they should try to look to get the ball inside to Grays, or a great look right there.
And what a play by Deanna White. She got beat on the backdoor cut, but Deanna White swats it away, and DePaul will have it out of the timeout. 4:12 to go here in the fourth. 1-point DePaul lead.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/.
We do what others don't.
Dream what others won't. Driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3. Family!
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
1 point DePaul lead, 59-58 with 4:12 to go here in the fourth quarter. Ben Gordon-Goldstein, Monica Moore back with you. And Monica, as we head down this stretch, foul trouble going to be the key on both sides.
Every single Hoya on the floor has 3 fouls. And then for DePaul, you have Grays with 4. You have Dahlman, who has 3. So fouls are going to be a factor, and knocking down free throws are going to be a factor. And that is something that Georgetown has struggled with.
Grays, a great move there. Flips it up and in. I think she came down a little awkwardly on her ankle. Looks to be okay, but Grays now with 18 points in the game, scoring as the shot clock was expiring there, in a 3-point DePaul lead.
And she, again, has been the player in this game.
As Vincent is fouled there, a little bit of a bailout foul there by Dahlman as Vincent fading away. And Dahlman was one of those players you mentioned in foul trouble. That is number 4 on her. And Georgetown now will get a couple more opportunities from the line. As you see another look at it, just kind of hitting her after the shot. And a Georgetown team 7 of 16 from the free throw line.
It has been the difference maker in this game for Georgetown, but Michaela Vincent, a very solid free throw shooter. She's one of the most pure shooters on this Georgetown team, and again, she's the experienced player out there.
Knocks down the first. We'll get the second for the 74% free throw shooter, and we'll get the bounce in off the front rim. And so now a 1-point game as DePaul nearly turns it over, and now they do. Morgan Smith comes up with the loose ball, and Georgetown gets it back down by 1.
And that's what you can't do against Georgetown, is the sloppy passing. They are anticipating that all day long. That was a big mistake for the Blue Demons.
Here's Adamako, leading scorer in the game, driving to the basket. She'll get 2 from the free throw line. So Adamako has 23 points in this game, but she did just miss a pair of free throws a couple of minutes ago. Now she'll get 2 more after that nice baseline drive.
But again, I just love watching her take the ball to the basket. Again, she's playing no fear, getting that injury out of her head. But these are huge free throws coming up for Dorothy Adamako, the graduate student. She's been here before. She is going to have to dig deep and knock these down for the Hoyas. Everything counts right now.
Foul was called there on Campbell. It's her 3rd of the game. So Adamako with Georgetown trailing by 1. Her first free throw is short, and that's now 3 straight misses for Adamako from the line. It's 2 of 5 in the game, and she'll get 1 more trying to even up this score. Paul is in the penalty. Every foul Georgetown will shoot as Adamako finally gets 1 to go. And so a tie ball game, 61-61. Georgetown does have 1 more foul to give with just over 3 to go in a tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. It's Grays over to Campbell at the top of the key. Grays has been the leading scorer here in the second half for DePaul. Now to Melender. Grays now setting herself up in the post. Morgan Smith battling with her. Stonewall trying to drive to the basket. 5 on the shot clock. Campbell underneath. And a nice find there by Stonewall to get it there to Campbell. And DePaul has the lead back 63-61.
And that was a fantastic offensive possession for DePaul. I like the fact that they didn't just settle for the outside shot. They looked for something high percentage, getting it done in the post.
Adamako driving to the basket, no good, gets her own rebound, and then turns it over. Grays comes up with it. 2 back for Georgetown, 2-point lead for DePaul, and it's ripped away there by Deanna White. Another steal for the senior. Driving to the basket, off balance shot is good, and the foul. And Deanna White will have a chance to give Georgetown the lead back. First the steal, and then how did she finish this? Falling down.
You know, you rarely see a ton of emotion out of Deanna White on the floor. A little sliver of a smile there from Deanna after that play. That was a big-time basket by a big-time basketball player right there. She is one of the best in this league.
And she rattles that one home. Was just 4 of 8 from the free throw line before that one. And Georgetown, just like that, has the lead back, 64-63. Just over 2 to go. It's Allen and Grays. Now over to Melender. 2 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, a 1-point lead for Georgetown as White guarding Campbell. And White very active at the top of the key. Shot clock again, under 10. Gray's three-pointer, no good. Rebound there. Allen falls down, and it's Deanna White who comes up with it and gets the timeout.
And again, senior leadership, so smart. Understanding the gravity of the moment. She knew this possession was key. She got the ball. She immediately went for the timeout call before they could get the tie-up. Deanna White in the last 30 seconds of this game has been so critical time and time again.
She's got 7 steals in this game, and you see the 7th one, and maybe the biggest there as she took it, went coast to coast, somehow able to finish that one to give Georgetown, well, that tied it up. Her free throw gave them the lead, and Georgetown out of the timeout will have the ball up by 1. Paul will pick up the full court press here, and so Georgetown trying to be smart with the ball. They've only turned it over 9 times in this game.
I talked about her strength earlier, and we have to reiterate it right now, because to get that shot up and in the bucket, if you don't think that's years of hard work in the weight room, pushing yourself day in, day out, working so hard to be the best you can be, that is Deanna White.
And a good strong move by Vincent to go get the ball there, so Georgetown no trouble with the press. Just over 90 to go here. Georgetown 1-point lead, 64-63. Deanna White's been the scorer recently. Adamako the leading scorer in the game, and it looks like it's going to be White with 5 on the shot clock. 3 players on her. She heaves it up and not able to get it. And so now DePaul will get it back, trailing by 1, and just over a minute left in this game. And it looks like Doug Bruno wants a timeout to try to talk this one over here. Each team have 1 timeout remaining in this game, 1:12 to go. Georgetown does have 1 foul to give. They're just at 3 team fouls in the half. Any DePaul foul, Georgetown will shoot. And you would have to imagine coming out of this timeout, DePaul will try to get Grays back involved out of the post.
I think that's exactly right. If she's not the player that takes the shot, she's certainly going to be involved, because they have done their best when she has been active, when she's been taking shots. She has been working so hard in the low post, and I think you have to credit Adamako and Smith for the work that they've been doing on her.
So out of the timeout, DePaul will have it. It's Stonewall, Grays, Campbell, Melender, and Tanita Allen. Allen will inbound. She's the lone bench player on the floor right now for DePaul. Melender, top of the key. Grays is guarded in the post by Smith as they work it around. Campbell gives it over to Gray. Gray's got an open jumper, and it's good. Not sure how she got so wide open there, but DePaul has the lead back. It's 65-64.
That's the one thing you could not do, was give her that open of a jump shot.
And so Georgetown will take their final timeout here, trailing by 1:51.4 seconds to go, and will take it with them. DePaul 1-point lead here, just over 50 to go in the ball game.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
51.4 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Ben Gordon-Goldstein, Monica Moore back with you. 65-64, DePaul leading Georgetown. Be Georgetown's ball out of the timeout. Monica, Deanna White's been the scorer here recently. She's got 13 in the game, only 4 of 18 shooting though for her. And then Adamako, 24 points, leads all scorers.
But again, with Georgetown, you also have a Michaela Benson. If she gets an open look, she's a great option for them as well. She's that player who picks her moments. But again, she's an experienced player. She played in the ACC. She's played lots of different places. She's very smart and savvy. So for Georgetown, they have so many different players out on the floor that can take this shot opportunity. And again, the freshman is getting so much confidence out of James Howard today. Kovačíková is on the floor. We saw her dial up that big three-pointer earlier in the half.
And the officials over at the monitor.
So it may be a question about time.
Looks like it'll be the starting 5 on the floor for Georgetown, and then the same 5 for DePaul, going with 4 of their starters and Tanita Allen, who's played a ton of minutes in this game. And for Georgetown, had a different look lineup to begin things in this game. Morgan Smith and Kovačíková moving into the starting lineup. For Kovačíková, the freshman, getting her first career start, and Morgan Smith, after injury there at the end of December, moving back into the starting lineup, a spot that she had occupied earlier in this game. The official's going to come over and tell us. Just told us that they're correcting a timing issue. The clock froze at 57.2 seconds, so they're running back the clock issue here, and looks like they do have it sorted out, and it's going to be 49.4 on the clock and 24 seconds on the shot clock. So quickly get that sorted out, and Georgetown will have it, trailing by 1. Morgan Smith will inbound it just to our right.
So again, the critical piece here for Georgetown, they don't want to force anything. They have plenty of time.
And
wow.
Gray's the long arms, able to strip it away. Georgetown doesn't necessarily have to foul here, but they do. And it is not a shooting foul, because that was the one foul that Georgetown had to give. And you see Gray's there, the long arms, just able to steal the inbounds.
And again, the issue for Georgetown, of course, everybody out there in a bit of foul trouble. Morgan Smith now with 4.
Got 15 seconds separating the game clock and the shot clock here. So Georgetown's going to play it straight up. No timeout remaining for Georgetown. 1 timeout for DePaul, who leads this game by 1. 30 seconds to go. 15 seconds on the shot clock. And it's Stonewall who has it, being guarded by Adamako. Now Campbell, the junior, looking for Grays in the post. It's Grays. Little turnaround is good. And it's a 3-point DePaul lead with 18 seconds to go. And we'll see if Georgetown goes quick 2 here, try to extend the game as Vincent take the pull-up three-pointer. No good. It's short. Racing down the rebound is Grays, who saves it. And now Georgetown has to foul with 5 seconds to go. And finally they do with 3.9 on the clock. And Georgetown there, missing the three-pointer, elected not to try to drive and extend this game, and instead take the three-pointer to try to tie it up. And one free throw here from DePaul will likely seal it.
And I think Georgetown waited just a little too long to commit that foul, because about 4 or 5 more seconds expired off the clock, which would have given them a bit more time to operate with. They have 3.9 seconds on the clock right now. These are big free throws coming up here for Campbell, because as you said, if she knocks down 1, that is a big difference maker.
First one, nothing but net for Campbell, who's an 85% free throw shooter. Now a 4-point game, and all DePaul has to do is back off and not foul here with a 4-point lead and 3.9 seconds to go here in this one as she knocks down the second one. And DePaul, who struggled so much offensively in the first half, senior-laden team, able to pull off a big come-from-behind victory and get themselves back to 500 here in Big East play. DePaul 69-64. We'll hear from Coach Doug Bruno after this.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
to know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
And you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here we do.
Here with DePaul women's basketball head coach Doug Bruno. First of all, Doug, congrats on the big win for your team. I mean, what was said in the locker room to your team after trailing most of the entire game?
Well, I just didn't think we played very DePaul ball. We weren't aggressive defensively in the first half, and I think we came out and were a lot more aggressive. We got Marte Grace back on the floor. We got her some quality touches, and I think that made a big difference.
And Marte Grace seemed to really close out the game the second half. I mean, how do you think she continues to lead this team?
Well, I mean, it's very important for our seniors to play well, and we also are missing Lexi Held tonight, who's been our highest producer per minute recently. So I'm just thrilled for our players that they were able to come back and sneak one out against a great James does a great job with this team with Georgetown.
And you guys head back on the road for another Big East game in your next game. I mean, how are you going to take this game? What lessons do you want your team to take from this game to your next Big East game?
Well, what makes the Big East so great are the coaches, and James Howard here does a great job, but Harry Peretta is impossible to coach against, and they have to play against the team and players like White and Adamako here, and then go over and play the style that Harry plays. It's a really tough weekend for us, but we'll figure it out between now and Sunday. We'll try to figure it out between now and Sunday.
Well, best of luck, Coach, and thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kelsey. Thanks, Doug. As Doug Bruno sounds like he could use a throat lozenger before Sunday's game there as they'll head to Villanova. But a huge victory for DePaul to get back to 500, 2-2 in conference play. Georgetown drops to 2-3 in the conference. But that's going to wrap things up for us here from McDonough Arena. We'll be back with you on Sunday as Georgetown try to bounce back against Marquette. But DePaul, the big 69-64 victory for Monica Moore and Kelsey Nicole. I'm Ben Gordon Goldstein. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a come-from-behind 5-point victory as DePaul beats Georgetown.